So I'm back here with another product review. This time it's a 16-liter refrigerator that goes down in this left compartment. It plugs into the cigarette lighter or a 16-volt plug here, so it doesn't take up the space underneath the storage area, so you'll still have access to all this. I actually have a subwoofer in here, but anyway, from our friends from Tlyard, they sent this out for review. It's a T-May car 16-liter refrigerator that goes over there. So let's get it unboxed and we'll go from there. Okay, so here are all the parts. We've got the main compressor with the controls here. This is the storage unit that fits in the bottom part of the left compartment. And then we've got some storage trays. This tray here goes on the very bottom and just drops in there like that. This would be the second level tray, so it has some holes here to allow the cold air to go down to the bottom. That sits in there. And then we've got this tray which sits on here, which you can place things, so I'll show you all that. And then we've got the two locking mechanisms that they use to lock the system in here. These go into the hole here like that, then they turn and then they lock in like that. And I'll show you that as we go. And then we have the metal cover that goes over top, and that'll go in there, and I'll show you how that is. They did also include a microfiber towel. I'm not sure what it's for, probably just for cleaning this up. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how this thing goes together before we stick it in there, because it's harder to see what's going on inside there. Okay, so these trays here just pop in here, and when you pick them up, you're just going to grab them with the handle here. So you don't need to put these in here, but they do come with the system. So there you go, that's the first one. And then this tray sits on top of it. So what it's doing is it's doing this. So it's sitting right on top. So the depth you have on the bottom is about 3 inches. So the depth here is 3 inches for here. So we'll go ahead and we'll drop this in. Push it down to the bottom. Take this one again, like I said, these holes allow the cold air to go to the bottom, and that creates some separation between the bottom and this one here. The two parts are held together with these locking mechanisms up front, which will be pointed like that. So I'll just turn it to the way that this is going to be looking. And then back here, it's got like a edge where it locks in. And so when you're pushing the top compartment in, you got to make sure that it's level with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that. So you'll place that on there like that. And the way this goes is this is going to wrap around, and you do need to take this off. And then that's going to plug into the outlet that's right there. And then Velcro's here, it wraps around, and it's going to connect to the carpets over here. So when this goes in, it's locking down here. You can see how it goes in. And then you're going to take these locking mechanisms, and they go in the hole like that. And then you're just going to turn them. Magnetic cover that goes on top has this little notch here. This is actually a handle, so you'll just place it on top, and then that holds it in place. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this installed. So we're just going to drop this in the compartment. So we get this close. So now you need to plug that in to the cigarette lighter that's up here. Okay, so I've got it plugged in and I've got the tub in. So now we just got to get this to lock into the back. Okay, once you've got this installed, pushed back, you need to make sure that the edge here is flush all the way around like that. You can see, so there's no lip back here and on that side as well. And then you're just going to take the pin, stick it in this slot here, turn it, and knock it down. And you'll do that with this other one as well. They're both down like that. And then you have this cover. Now it has a nub here, and then it has this flap. And I install it with the nub down and the flap up, and then it just sits like that. And then you can close it. So the biggest challenge that you'll have is pushing this top piece in far enough so that you can push in these pins and getting this. Now I'm going to show you a different way to install it that I found easier. So I'll take all this stuff out. So for me, I found putting it in this way quite a challenge. What worked better for me was building it outside. So I'll put this together. So just putting it together on the outside, making sure it's connected, and then putting these pins in. So it's now built together, and then taking the plug here and plugging it in as we get it close. So kind of slip it into that spot. So I find that if I guide it into the spot here and then reach back. Okay, so now that I've got that plugged in, you can see right there. So again, I'm putting it in as a solid unit, and then I just push it in. And there we go. I found that easier because it does fit. And then all you do is press for 3 seconds to turn it on. This is how you set up the keep accessory power on. You'll go to the car, go to charging, scroll down, and it's right here. Keep accessory power on. Phone chargers, USB ports, and low voltage outlets remain powered after exit until the vehicle enters to low power mode. That's at 20%. When enabled, this feature consumes additional energy even if no devices are connected. So the thing that I want to point out here is the fridge uses about a 0.5 kilowatt hour in a 24-hour period, which equates to about 3 kilometers of range. But because you're leaving this function on, there'll be additional energy used. So it's not just the 0.5 kilowatt hour that the fridge consumes. So that's how you would keep the accessory ports on. So like if you go to the park and you want to leave it while you're not in your car, you can leave this on. You don't have to be concerned that it will drain your battery, either the high voltage or the low voltage battery. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the TEMA app. And you can see here it's going to ask me to add a device. So the fridge needs to be turned on, so it's going to go and it finds it. And once it's set up, we can click on here and it will connect. And then you can open it up and you can see, I just put it on low for a few moments there just to see what it would do. It was so it's actually set to 3 degrees Celsius. It's not really that cold in there, but you can see that the voltage of the battery is displayed, and then it's showing that it's the refrigerator, and then down here they show the temperature. And then you've got these buttons. These are the quick access. You can turn it off, you can turn it back on. So if you're in the front seat and you want to turn it off, well, you can turn it off through the app. You don't have to get out of your car. And then we've got refrigerator, we've got eco, which will be displayed on the screen with eco there. And then we've got colder, which I think they should call that just high or low, because it's setting it to, as the fan will kick in, it's going to go to the lowest setting that it is. And again, there's nowhere in here to adjust the Celsius. You can see it's in Celsius. What you need to do is scroll down to the bottom. There's a lot of explanations of what it is, but down at the very bottom it says settings, and then you'll come up here and then there's temperature units, and you can change that over to Fahrenheit, and you can see it's reflected over there. So if you want to use Fahrenheit instead of Celsius, that's where you would make that change. So other than that, the app is fairly intuitive. I would set it to refrigerator and just leave it. Again, the refrigerator uses about a half a kilowatt hour in a 24-hour period once it's got down to temperature. So because it's going to be cycling on and off just like your fridge does at home. It's nice and quiet once it gets down to the temperature. And all you need to do, if you're not going to use the app, because you can use this completely without the app, you can just press on here and then you'll scroll the wheel and you can set whatever temperature you want. If you scroll all the way down, it will go to that low setting. And then while you're at this level, so I like mine at about 34 or 35, you'll just wait for it to stop blinking, or you can just press it. And then if you want to go in eco mode, you'll put it into the temperature setting and then hold it for 3 seconds and it will blink. Again, you can turn it off with the app, but if you want to turn this off, again, without using the app or downloading an application, you can just press and hold for 3 seconds and it'll shut completely off. And if you need to turn it back on, you just press and hold for 3 seconds. And I'm going to turn off that Eco Boost. So press that button, hold for 3 seconds while it's blinking, and we'll take you out of Eco Boost. So that's the basic functionality of the app, of the refrigerator. Let's go ahead and take a look inside. So you'll open it up from this side here, and then I've got some pops in there already. I've had these in for a while. Got some waters down there. I think I have like 4. Let's just pull this out. So I've got 3 cans. Pull this out. That's 4 cans. And then I've got 1, 2, 3 waters. I could have more if I took this tray out, because I could easily just put these in there without the tray. And then throw these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And still haven't got to the point where I need to put this in here. I believe that error is just telling me that the fridge has been left open. So there must be a sensor somewhere. We'll leave it open, see if it does. Let's check the temperature of this Coke. So we've got the Coke here. I'm just going to leave it open because I want to see if it does do that error again. So we'll just pop this open. And let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you definitely can. And error 6, I'll have to look at the manual, but I'm assuming that that's to do with this, because once I close it, it goes away. And we're sitting at dropping down to 49. Again, it's only been a couple hours, so that's pretty good. Oh yeah, that Coke's nice and cold. So the install is fairly straightforward, especially if you do it as one piece. You build it outside, just slide it in. You do have to shimmy it in there, but once you've got it in, it's no problem. If you're doing it in a two-piece, again, the key to it is when you get inside, or when you go inside, make sure that the edges are all flush, like I mentioned previously, and then you can get those pins in there. Anyway, this thing's really good. I have a sub fridge that works really well, but I have a subwoofer in here, so I don't have access for it. I have to take out the subwoofer if I'm going to use that fridge. It is quite a bit larger, so if you're going on a massive long trip or want to bring extra stuff, then you can use that. Otherwise, this is great for like day trips or road trips. You know, throw a few pops in there and some snacks, and you're good to go. So if you're interested in purchasing one of these, I've got a link at the Tlyard's website. It's BC Tesla Guy, all one word. It'll save you a few dollars. I think right now it's about $125 that I checked. I'll put a quick thing over here to show you what the savings you have. And the BC Tesla Guy code will save you on everything they have there. So they're running sales all the time. It could be anywhere from 15% all the way up to 30%. It really just depends on what they're running. Best time to catch them are on holidays. So right now we've got Easter, so there's some good sales going on. Anyway, again, if you're interested in purchasing one of these, please use my referral code. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on my next one.